some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. So first of all, let me just apologize for being late and having to change the time. Something unexpected came up. Okay, so I had to take care of that real quick. All right, so but here I am and here we are. So let's get ready to get into it. All right, Charlotte said, you look beautiful, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. All right, shout out to Charlotte, Sandra, Samantha, Most Hated, Bronze Flat Power, God, Pearly. All right, Buckhorse DC, Elizabeth, Fat Boo in the house, Laverne, Pensy Lola. Okay, let's get this party started. AJ Matthews, that Crazy Beach Aries, Juju B. Okay. Shout out to all my loyal worlds and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Anita Harrell, Deronda. All right, so Nessa G is in the house, April. Okay, and shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay, so let's get it started. So, you know, they have filed some lawsuits about these wildfires, okay? And it's a whole lot of stuff coming out. Now, they're saying that investigations could take months, okay? Lawsuit claims utilities equipment sparked devastating Eatonton fire, okay? But investigation is still ongoing. So lawsuits filed on Monday claim utility equipment sparked one of the 2 deadly wildfires burning in the Los Angeles area, while some Pacific Palisades residents believe the other blaze may have started when hurricane force winds reignited the remnants of an extinguished New Year's Day fire. Now I want you all to pay attention. Say what now? I'm sorry, but this is all making sense as far as I'm concerned. Now, they're saying that a utility company's equipment likely sparked the fire in Eaton, okay? And that's the ones that destroyed those homes in Altadena. But the Pacific Palisades fire was likely started due to hurricane force winds that reignited remnants of an extinguished fire New Year's Day. Authorities haven't determined an official cause for the fires, which roared to life last Tuesday and have killed at least 24 people. A team from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives took the lead on the investigations. Multiple lawsuits against Southern California Edison claim that the utilities equipment sparked the deadly Eaton fire, burning near Pasadena. The Edison has acknowledged fire agencies are investigating whether its equipment may have started a far smaller LA fire that broke out the same day. The Eaton fire destroyed at least 7,000 homes and other structures and laid waste to entire neighborhoods. Attorneys representing homeowners who lost their homes said Monday that it is their belief that Edison's equipment caused it. Video taken during the fire's early minutes show a large blaze directly beneath electrical towers. They say there is clear evidence from video footage and photographs and witness accounts that the fire was caused by electrical equipment operated by defendants Edison International and Southern California Edison, according to the complaint filed on behalf of Altadena resident Evangeline Iglesias. Now, Gabriela Ornelius, as an Edison spokesperson, said the utility is aware that a lawsuit has been filed, but has not yet reviewed it. Now, they say our hearts remain with our communities during the devastating fires in Southern California, and we remain committed to supporting them through this difficult time. Last week, Edison filed a report with the California Public Utilities Commission related to the Eaton fire that said it has not received any suggestions that its equipment was involved in the ignition of the fire. Preliminary analysis by SCE of electrical circuit information for the energized transmission lines going through the area for 12 hours prior to the reported start time of the fire shows no interruptions or electrical or operational anomalies until more than 1 hour after the reported start time of the fire. Now, with that all being said, please pay attention. Edison also submitted a filing with the Utilities Commission about the Hearst fire in the Silomer neighborhood of Los Angeles that started last Tuesday. And utilities said a downed conductor was discovered at a tower near where the fire started. But the utility added it does not know whether the damage observed occurred before or after the start of the fire. That fire burned more than a square mile, 2.6 square kilometers, and is now contained. Meanwhile, a New Year's Day fire that broke out at the same place as the January 7th fire ripped through Pacific Palisades to become the most destructive in Los Angeles city history. It is a particular source of interest for residents who saw both blazes. Now, asked about speculation that remnants from the January 1st fire reignited the Pacific Palisades, LAPD Assistant Chief Dominic Choi said Monday that no causes have been ruled out. Now, the Los Angeles Fire Department reported a brush fire shortly after midnight on January the 1st in the area of Pacific Palisades. Now, the initial report was 3 to 4 acres, 1.2 to 1.4 hectares. Now, with that all being said, I find it all interesting. So they say the heavy brush burning under 15 miles per hour winds. Now, water dropping helicopters and firefighters on the ground battled the blaze. So they were dropping water from the helicopters now, which grew, and the blaze grew to 8 acres, And it was reported as contained less than 5 hours later, according to reports posted to the department's website. The residents say the wind-whipped blaze that ripped through the community started in the same location as a fire sparked by fireworks shot off after midnight on New Year's Day. The hurricane-force winds that day could have helped ignite any embers that had remained. Officials have not directly attributed the January 1st fire to the fireworks, but they believe that's absolutely what the start of it was. They say, I still think it's too coincidental that it would be in almost exactly the same spot the fireworks went off that night. Now, the firefighters were there, says Sue Pasco, a resident who lost her home and who runs the neighborhood news website Circling the News, which has been writing about the connection to the New Year's Day fire since January the 7th. Now, the official investigation could take months, and with strong winds again in the forecast, the area is at risk of more fires that could further complicate efforts to determine cause. Now, Ginger Colburn, a spokesperson for the ATF, said it's too early to determine the cause of the Palisades fire. Colburn said investigators did an initial assessment of the area Friday and began processing the scene on Monday. Pacific Palisades said that resident Robert Trinkkeller said that he saw the fire early on New Year's Day and watched aircraft drop water on it. When he saw, now does that sound like somebody who's doing something on purpose? They're dropping water from above. Please pay attention. Okay, and there's footage of that. So when he saw the fire break out on January the 7th, Trinkkeller said he immediately thought it was linked. In my opinion, it was a rekindling of the 6-day-old fire. It's the exact same place, okay? So like I told you all, most of these fires are started by human error, okay? And I also mentioned that fireworks, discarded cigarettes, arson, and those things are some of the main reasons that these fires start, all right? So with that all being said, Auntie Leah gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. So you all be sure to thank Auntie Leah and shout her out. Okay. So that all being said, Tiffany said, I can believe that the utility electric poles causes the fire. Yes. And we're going to get into that because I have some very interesting information. Okay. Please pay attention. I went digging and I got receipts. Okay. So that all being said, like I told you all, that fire that did all that damage and the nefariousness of it all. Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that that was natural. Okay, so that all been said, hold on. I'm going to go to a video of some Altadena residents and what they had to say. Okay, here we go. Don't forget that there's a GoFundMe, okay, for the people in the Altadena community that were damaged by the Eaton fire. And basically, you can donate to their GoFundMe, okay? Not through the Red Cross. Please donate through their GoFundMe. And I'll drop the link in a minute. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Mourning the loss of more than just homes and structures. The Eaton fire has wiped away decades of rich Black history and culture in Altadena, a town that became a sanctuary for Black Americans fleeing the Jim Crow era segregation in the South. Thousands of families put down roots there in the 1960s as Altadena was one of the first areas to allow Black people to own homes. And now generations are devastated. Their beloved community turned to ashes. My next guests are among those who lost everything in Altadena. Stefan Taylor and his wife, Ariane, have been living in a historically Black neighborhood for many years and just lost their home. They're currently staying in a hotel in Burbank with their 3 kids as they try to figure out what to do next. Stefan and Ariane join me now. Boy, guys, you're still smiling, which is absolutely remarkable. I guess let me start there. Where the heck does that come from, Stefan?
God has a plan. And so I'm just grateful that we have our family, the 5 of us, my wife's grandparents, their urn, some love letters that they wrote to one another, and a letter that our 7-year-old wrote to her grandparents. That's what we have. The rest of the memories can be replaced and our property can be restored. So I'm happy. This is an opportunity to start all over again, right where we left off.
Wow. And Ariane, just listening to your husband describe what you were able to save, including your 7-year-old's letter. How are you talking to your kids about this? Tell me the conversations you're having as a family. I mean, we're adults, right? We learn how to sort of handle things differently, but your kids are young, 14, 11, and 7.
Yeah. We've always been really big on, we tell the story, or we talk about, we don't want things, we want experiences. Life is about experiences. So we've been talking to our kids like, this is an experience. Not all experiences are going to be great, but life takes us where we're supposed to go. We're not exactly sure where that road is going to lead us, but that's where this road is going to lead us, but we're going to be together. So we're talking about that. They don't have their school right now. They lost their school. as well. And so we talk to them about they have a chance to have community together. We'll make that for them, and we're going to get through this experience together.
And Stefan, this home of yours has been in your family for generations. Just tell us about the Altadena community, the culture, the history that makes it so special, especially for your family.
Yeah, so this home we've actually only been in for a little less than a decade. We had an opportunity because of, my wife and I were fairly successful to move into a gated community. But my childhood home, which is about 2 miles from this home, is actually still standing. So we lost the new home. My childhood home is still standing. So I've been in the area for 40 years, 43 this year. And so for 40 years, I'm like driving past my mother's home, which is still standing, and then getting to our home, which is gone. All of the homes between my mom's home and my home seem like they're gone. And that's where it really, really hurts. The property we lost, again, can be replaced. The memories that we have on Figueroa and Lincoln are gone. Harriet and Fair Oaks, gone. Even the liquor stores that we probably shouldn't have been in when we were kids, those memories are gone. So, but the families are still there. The community is I don't want to say unfazed, but I've gotten more phone calls from friends from 20 and 30 years ago, and we're all asking each other, what are we going to do together to rebuild this city?
It's interesting when you talk about the history of Black families coming to this area because it was the place to rise. It was the place to be accepted. And now, today in 2025, you are going through a different type of struggle. But if you look at what already exists, the spirit this exists in this community, there's no other way but to look up and forward. Yes, Ariane?
This community is the strongest community. It is so diverse. It is so loving. It is so caring. It is so strong. There is no place like Altadena. We have traveled. We have moved and lived in various places. And there's nothing like home. So Altadena is not the buildings. It is the community, and that is still there. And the diversity of this community, the strength of this community, these family homes that have been here for generations and generations. It's the people. It's not the buildings. It's the people there.
Yeah,
Stefan, is there? Yes, go ahead.
I want to reiterate the fact that, the roots were in that kind of abolitionist thing. But today, if you look at Altadena, it's probably one of the most diverse cities in America. I mean, families come from various backgrounds, socioeconomic status. Some folks are in art and entertainment, lawyers, doctors, and then the teachers who work in the community live in the community too. It really has a Mableton feel with the 2025, economic experience. You come to Altadena and everything that you can imagine from the diaspora of people is in Altadena, and we're all friends, which is what makes it really, really unique.
Who wouldn't want to live there, right? When its history is all about acceptance, this is where I would want to be as well. And we're going to continue to watch your community rise again. And I appreciate your time to both of you, and love to the 3 kids too.
Thank you so much.
Now, with that all being said, I want you all to pay attention, because they're saying that those fires there were likely caused by these smart meters, this electrical equipment, and that the fires in Pacific Palisades, where a large population of celebrities live, was likely due to the hurricane-style winds from a fire that was reignited by fireworks. Okay, I'm just trying to make it all make sense. And let me say this. For those of you who were believing that this missing ammonium nitrate, let me just tell you guys something, and you can do your own research. You don't have to listen to the Queen, honey. Ammonium nitrate comes up missing on a regular basis, okay? Not just in the United States, but do your research. At the end of the day, it goes missing literally like every 3 years. Not to mention, if they wanted to use ammonium nitrate to start fires, you think they'd have to steal it from freight trains traveling? They could easily get it from the military. Okay, please pay attention. Why would they have to steal it from the trains? They could literally get it undetected, okay? Undetected from the military, okay? And so y'all keep listening to conspiracy theories. Now, those smart meters are a problem. They have started fires before, okay? Let's talk about it, because I told y'all I brought receipts. Smart meter catches fire. Utility company denies homeowners damage claim. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. And so with that all being said, likes up, everyone please like and share. I'm going to share. It exploded. It literally exploded. And for some people who were asking, and this was in December of 2022. So these things have been a problem. And there was actually a man who basically was on the news. I saw a video where he was saying that he refused to allow them to put a smart meter on his home. And guess what? His home is still standing. His home is still standing. He would not allow them to put a smart meter on his home because he said due to the high concentrations of radiation that emanate from them. And also because they are fire starters. They are very problematic when it comes to fires. This is what he said. And they showed his home and it's still standing. But the people who had the smart meters on their homes in that area, gone. Okay? Gone. All right, I want you all to pay attention. So the black folk, they're suing because their homes were likely, or the fires in their area that destroyed their homes likely started because of equipment, faulty equipment. Meanwhile, over in Pacific Palisades, that sounds like something natural. Okay, like I said, the Most High's judgment on them. Please pay attention. Now let's get into it because I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this news report from December of 2022.
They filed a claim with BGE to pay for the damages, but it was denied. WMER2 News' Mallory Safaste looks into how often this happens and if homeowners can do anything to prevent it, because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
The melted meter caused around $1,500 in damage to the Kales' home, so they turned to BGE for reimbursement and answers, but say they aren't happy with their response. A mystery of sorts involving a smart meter. It happened at night in October.
It was like 10:15 at night, and I was down in the family room watching TV, and I heard a softer sound, and then I heard what I thought was a motorcycle or dirt bike backfiring, and then the lights went out and the generator kicked on.
Susan and Richard Kale didn't know what happened until the electrician came in the morning.
He said, "You better call BG&E." He said, "That meter exploded and there was melted metal on the glass plate of the meter, and it had melted the siding, and you can see a little bit where the soot is on the telephone box."
This isn't something he'd seen before, so they called BGE.
And the technician didn't come till 5:15 in the evening. So he said he had never seen anything like that happen. And then the next day they sent somebody to follow up and look at it, and he said he'd never seen anything like that happen.
In total, they paid around $1,500 for repairs. The Kales filed a claim with BGE, thinking they'd be reimbursed. But several days later, they received this letter.
They were denying our claim because that was normal wear and tear on the meter.
She estimates the meter is around 8 years old. BGE investigated the event and could not find any willful default or neglect on their part that led to the power outage surge. The cause was equipment failure due to normal wear and tear.
We don't bother this stuff, I don't even touch it. I just cut grass around here, don't even bother with it, just something like that just happened unexpectedly.
We checked with the Maryland State Fire Marshal. In the last 10 years, there have been 38 reported fires connected to smart or regular meters.
There's tens of thousands, if not millions, of these smart meters located across the state. It's not something we're really focused on, but certainly was something we want to keep an eye on.
The Maryland Public Service Commission, the agency that regulates public utilities, only gets notification from utilities of meter events when property damage exceeds $50,000 or results in a hospitalization or fatality. They said they're only aware of one meter-related incident in the last few years. BGE was not available for an on-camera interview and said they cannot comment on the Kales claim since it's a customer issue.
This is new, and these down here is all new.
The Kales feel it's the utility company's equipment. They should take responsibility. And with no explanation on what exactly caused the failure or what they can do in the future, they worry about it happening again.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I'm afraid to go back upstairs to go to bed because you just, you don't know.
BGE told us they inspect residential gas meters once every 3 years, commercial meters once a year, and provided general safety tips, including never tamper with the meter, keep the area around it clear, don't build anything that'll block access to the meter, and in the winter, keep it clear of ice and snow. For WMAR 2 News, I'm Mallory Safaste.
Mallory also checked with the Office of the People's Counsel, who said these matters are generally an issue for homeowners insurance. However, the Kales claim theirs was less than their deductible.
Okay, so the amount of damage was less than their deductible. All right, so please pay attention to that. Like I said, that was in December of 2022. But let's go to some more receipts because these things are faulty. Okay, they remind me of the Teslas. Remember how those Teslas have been catching on fire? Okay, please pay attention. Some of this technology is just faulty. Just faulty and problematic. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, here is some court documents, so let's talk about it. Testimony regarding smart meter fires. I would like to thank Representative Dave Reed and Carrie Benninghoff for giving me this opportunity to present information on an extremely important issue, smart meter fires. Smart meters continue to cause fires, home explosions, and power surges, causing major destruction to homes, businesses, and lives. This is an example of what happened to a home in Yardley, Pennsylvania. Mary was initially given a census smart meter in January, despite the fact that this smart meter had been recalled 2 weeks earlier. A few minutes after the smart meter was installed, the homeowner heard an explosion. The lights in her house exploded. Her computer exploded. Her refrigerator and all other appliances exploded. And the computer surge protector melted onto the floor. Are y'all hearing this? Now, as a result of this explosion, her walls and floors needed to be replaced, as well as all the wiring. Her heater needed to be replaced. The microwave and double oven also needed to be replaced. In February, while Mary's house was being repaired, she was given a Flexol smart meter. This smart meter also exploded. Okay, are y'all listening? Now, as a consequence of this smart meter explosion, she had no electricity to her home, which resulted in basement flooding due to frozen pipes. Tragically, her house sustained major structural damage because of the installation of these smart meters. And this is just one case. There are 30 additional cases. Electricity-initiated fires can be caused by old wiring as well as new wiring. This and other smart meter fires could have been prevented if the rollout of the smart meters had been discontinued. But you see, when they make faulty equipment and this stuff, they don't want to discontinue it because they don't want to lose money. They put profits over people's lives and safety. Please pay attention. Now, if the smart meter rollout continues, more homes and lives will be destroyed, as was the case in California and Canada, where deaths occurred as a result of smart meter fires. Okay, you might think that homeowners insurance would cover smart meter damage, but that is not the case. Insurance companies consider smart meter technology advanced and therefore will not cover damages if they feel homes are not smart meter compliant. Now, I want you all to pay attention because at the end of the day, this should kill those nefarious conspiracy theories. For a home to be smart compliant, the home needs to be completely rewired so that it is compliant with the demands of the smart grid. It is prohibitively expensive for the hardworking public to make their homes smart compliant. Houses that are currently up to code are no longer considered to be up to code by the PUC, electric companies, grid subcontractors, and insurance companies once a smart meter is placed in the home, because smart meters are built with future technologies in mind and are not built to communicate with existing home technology. Given that the grid modernization technology sphere is dynamic and rapidly evolving, our homes will never be smart meter compliant. It is an unreasonable expectation placed on consumers by the utility companies, PUC insurance companies, and the government to require our homes to be smart compliant. Now, mind you, this document is way before these fires, okay? And it's telling you right now, this should explain to you why all this bullshit is going on. Now, in addition, when Pennsylvania adopted the smart grid program, Underwriters Laboratory stated that the meters are known or owned by the electric companies, while the consumers own and are responsible for the meter box, and consumers are responsible for any damage that results from fires, short circuits, and power surges. This means that all the responsibility is placed on the homeowner. Unfortunately, the government, PUC, and electric companies never discussed this responsibility with the homeowner. So they didn't even warn these people, didn't even have the decency to tell them what they were signing up for. And through HB 2200 and Act 129, citizens are forced to comply with the demands of the grid by accepting a smart meter without being aware that these smart meters may cause home fires. And let me tell you all something. The man who refused to allow them to put it on his home literally put a chain around his meter so they couldn't change it and put that crap on there. Now, the electric companies know that they can continue to roll out smart meters because they will not be responsible for the fires due to smart grid program policies. You see how they covered their behinds? This is what they did. They knew what they were doing. Okay, this has been going on for years. Okay. And the insurance companies know they will not have to pay for fire damages because the smart meter grid program puts all the responsibility on the owner. So who's responsible? The responsibility lies with every person who does nothing to stop the rollout of these smart meters. The responsibility for the fires and the devastation caused by smart meters is in your hands. Unfortunately, the individuals who lack an understanding of smart meters and the smart grid are the same individuals who have the most to lose, the citizens of Pennsylvania. Now, mind you, even though this is in a totally different state, the bottom line is this is the same thing that's applicable to California. And this is why the people in Eaton or Altadena are suing. Now, smart meters are not UL certified. The Underwriters Laboratories have indicated that only consumer products need to be UL certified. A smart meter is considered a utility product sold only to utility companies. So they are not required to have testing done by Underwriters Laboratories. So there's no quality assurance. Okay, therefore, meters have not passed an important safety test by an independent safety expert such as Underwriters Laboratories. Now, tests of smart meters construction specifications in Canada have verified accuracy, but have not guaranteed safe operation over the lifespan of the meter. We can reasonably assume that this is also true for smart meters used in the United States, since Canada uses some of the same meters as the United States. Electric companies and subcontractors are willfully negligent, reckless, and careless for ignoring the requests of citizens to stop putting smart meters in their homes, even though they are well aware that smart meters are continuing to cause fires. Fires have occurred in the following states and provinces: Michigan, California. A case of one death from a smart meter fire was settled out of court. Florida, Tennessee, Texas, Illinois, Georgia, Vermont, Maine, Nevada, Oregon, District of Columbia, British of Columbia, Quebec, where there were 3 deaths before Christmas, and Australia as well. Electric companies and subcontractors have clearly been engaging in unfair and deceptive practices. We believe that electric companies and their subcontractors violated the unfair trade practices and consumer protection law. Okay, and for the following reasons. Number 1, failure to notify customers of the fires and hazards caused by smart meters. Number 2, engaging in fraudulent and deceptive practices, which created consumer confusion and caused citizens to believe that smart meters were safe. Now, in addition, the PUC and electric companies have failed to comply with HB 2200 amending Title 66. Okay, specifically, they have failed to ensure the health, safety, and prosperity of all citizens of this Commonwealth by coercing citizens to accept a smart meter or leave their electricity shut off. In addition, the PUC and electric companies are well aware that smart meters cause fires and other physical ailments. And those other ailments likely from the radiation that it emits, okay? Now, Walmart and Sam's Club recently stated that they simply cannot participate in programs requiring any type of direct load control by the utility for safety reasons. All right, now, goes on to say Hawaii State Representative Kaniela Ing introduced Bill H.R. 146 expressing support for an immediate moratorium on the installation and promotion of smart meters until they are proven safe for the public health and environment, economy, and security of state. The governor of Illinois vetoed the smart grid. The Fairfield, Iowa Water Department proposed to halt implementation of smart water meters and to reimburse citizens for opt-out fees for smart water meters. Okay, so with that all being said, this is all nefarious and so darn sad that people have to deal with this bullshit. Now, solutions to this extremely important problem include remove the smart meter mandate, stop the rollout, remove smart meter charges from our monthly electric bill we are being forced to pay, and through Act 129 to have the electric company roll out smart meters, which is a serious fire hazard. It is disgraceful that people are being forced to pay for a service that may kill them. Okay, please pay attention. Manufacturers, subcontractors, and the PUC must be held accountable with a mandatory fine of up to $10,000 per day for a smart meter that is not removed from a home or business after a 3-day recall notification is given to the public. Now, the public should be educated about the dangers of smart meter fires. There should be no charge for smart meter removal or reinstallation of an analog meter. A bill should be introduced which establishes the responsibility of electric providers, manufacturers, and fire companies to report all smart meter fires. This information should be easily accessible to the public. In conclusion, we believe that we should not be required to install or pay for a smart meter because the meters represent a serious and potentially deadly fire hazard. Ensuring the safety of the public should be of paramount importance. And no lies detected. It absolutely should. Do you all see how this is such a problem right here? Okay, so this is likely the cause of those fires that started in Altadena. This is all so ridiculous that people have to go through this bullshit. I want you all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention. This is why lawsuits are being filed. Now, a mother of a woman killed in the LA area fire sues electrical utility over death. So the mother of a woman who was killed in the Los Angeles area Eaton fire on Friday sued Southern California Edison, which is SCE, okay, in what may be the first death-related case brought against the electric utility in connection with the disaster. Multiple fires that began to burn and quickly spread across Los Angeles in strong Santa Ana wind gusts last week have killed more than 24 people and charred nearly 16,200 acres of the second largest U.S. metro area. Okay, please pay attention. Now, before I continue, let's have a brief word from my sponsor, okay, at 12 Tribes. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes oil for your hair at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so with that all been said, and also I mistakenly said 16,200 acres, but it's hectares. Okay, 16,200 hectares of the second largest U.S. metro area. Now, while official investigators have not released the cause of the Eaton fire near Pasadena, California, SCE has fielded a growing number of lawsuits accusing the utility's equipment of sparking the initial flames. Altadena resident Ethelene Catherill sued SCE for wrongful death after the remains of her daughter, Evelyn Petty McClendon, were found in their shared home after it was destroyed by the blaze. She says, PD's final hours were filled with chaos and panic, according to the lawsuit, in the Los Angeles Superior Court. The surroundings were straight out of a disaster movie with embers blowing freely in the wind, spot fires sprouting up in all directions, and a ceaseless wind. Now, Cathedral's legal action follows multiple lawsuits filed against SCE this week by residents and business owners with destroyed property. Late Thursday night, attorneys for a woman who lost her home in the Los Angeles area Eaton fire filed an emergency request for SCE to preserve additional electronic equipment to be examined in blaze investigations, according to the court filing. So they want them to preserve the evidence. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to cover it up, because that faulty equipment is very likely the cause of it, okay? Now, this is exactly what probably destroyed all of these Black people's homes. I want y'all to pay attention, okay? So Evangeline Iglesias, who is among those suing SCE after her Altadena home was burned in the inferno, asked the Los Angeles Superior Court to halt efforts by SCE to destroy some distribution lines and other electrical equipment in the burned area. So they're trying to get rid of evidence. I want y'all to pay attention, because they already know that this has been a problem in the past. Okay, these things have absolutely caused fires before. Now, with that all being said, SCE, which is the main subsidiary of Edison International, previously said it preserved some power equipment to be examined in fire investigations. The law firm representing Iglesias, Edelson PC, said in the filings that SCE told the firm in letters that it planned to imminently remove physical power infrastructure in the burn area unless told specifically which equipment to keep. Yeah, trying to get rid of evidence. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay, that level of, and I'm not talking about with no Diddy stuff like some of y'all been saying, honey. We're talking about evidence that their equipment was in fact faulty. Now, the level of specificity, Edelson argued in its emergency request to the court was unreasonable, particularly where most or all of the evidence is owned by SCE and where SCE has unique knowledge of the fire's origin and spread, according to the filings. Now, multiple investigations into the cause of the Eaton and Palisades fires, the two most destructive fires in California, are ongoing. Okay, so it sounded like one of them, which is the area where most Black people were, sounds like it was caused by faulty equipment, and that's been happening years before, and they knew this equipment was faulty, but allowed it to continuously be rolled out, not even warning the residents of the dangers. And basically, sounds like this other fire was just something that happened due to the wind gusts from a previous fire on January the 1st from fireworks. Okay, so what does that sound like to y'all? I just want y'all to pay attention. Okay, and so anyway, and then also fire at one of the world's largest battery plants. This came out yesterday, forces evacuations in California. Now, and this is in Moss Landing, California. Hundreds of people were ordered to evacuate, and part of Highway 1 in Northern California. Part of Highway 1 in Northern California was closed off early Friday after a major fire erupted in one of the world's largest battery storage plants. Now, the fire started Thursday afternoon and set up towering flames and black smoke, and about 1,500 people were instructed to leave Moss Landing and the Elkhorn Slaw area. The blaze was still burning early Friday with some containment, and it had not gone beyond the facility, according to Monterey County spokesperson Nicholas Pasquale. As of late Thursday, a few dozen people were at a temporary evacuation center, and the rest had gone to friends or family or made other arrangements. Now, the Moss Landing power plant, located about 77 miles or about 124 kilometers south of San Francisco, is owned by Texas-based company Vistra Energy and contains tens of thousands of lithium batteries. The batteries are important for storing electricity for such renewable energy sources as solar energy. But if they go up in flames, the blazes can be extremely difficult to put out. They say there's no way to sugarcoat it. This is a disaster, and it is what it is. This is what Monterey County Supervisor Glenn Church said to the news. But he said that he did not expect the fires to spread beyond the concrete building that it was enclosed in. Now, the County Board of Supervisors planned an emergency meeting Friday morning to receive a briefing on the fire. There were fires at the Vistra plant in 2021 and 2022 that were caused by a fire sprinkler system malfunction that resulted in some units overheating, according to the Mercury News. Now, it's unclear what caused that latest fire. Vistra said in a statement that after it was detected, everyone at the site was evacuated safely. After the fire was out, an investigation will begin. So they say our top priority is the safety of the community and our personnel. And Vistra deeply appreciates the continued assistance of our local emergency responders, according to Jenny Lyon, a spokesperson for Vistra. This is what she said in a statement. Now, North Monterey County Unified School District announced that all schools and offices would be closed on Friday due to the fire. Okay, so y'all hear this? Y'all see how the truth is coming out? Please pay attention. Easy says toxic smoke from burning lithium batteries. Exactly. Okay, so y'all hear how the truth is coming out slowly but surely. I just want y'all to pay attention. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Hold on, beloveds. Let me see if there's any further updates. Okay, here we go. This is from 5 hours ago, reported by ABC 10. I'm going to share my screen.
An update on the wildfires burning in LA County. The death toll now climbing to 24 people, 8 from the Palisades fire and 16 from the Eaton fire. At least 16 people are missing, with countless injuries being reported. There's good news. Firefighters are closer to containing the Hearst fire. It's now 89% contained. Meanwhile, tonight it's a race against time to contain the Palisades and Eaton fire, both now several thousands of acres large with little containment. Firefighters from across California and 9 other states are not taking for granted every second of the calm to contain the wildfires burning across Los Angeles County before those Santa Ana winds pick up again. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest from the historic disaster.
Taking advantage of a brief lull in the wind, firefighters on the ground putting out hotspots to prevent flames from reigniting. The National Guard spraying flame retardant from the air. And helicopters making water drops.
We have airplanes, we have helicopters, even drones. We're dropping retardant, we're dropping water everywhere we can, again, to secure that edge all around the fire.
The dangerous conditions have put more than 8 million under critical fire risk.
The vegetation is still very, very dry. So that leaves a recipe to produce some very critical fire weather conditions, and therefore that's why we do have the red flag in effect till 6 o'clock Wednesday evening.
The toll of what has already happened in Los Angeles County is unimaginable. At least 24 people are believed to be dead, and more than a dozen others remain unaccounted for. More than 12,000 structures believed damaged or destroyed, more than 60 square miles burned, more than 100,000 under evacuation orders. This as residents return to see their homes reduced to rubble.
I'm standing here in front of my home, or what was my home. It burned down to the ground a few days ago in the Palisades fires.
FEMA Director Chris Wells says active duty military will soon be deployed to join the firefighting efforts. Mexico has sent more than 70 firefighters and emergency personnel to California to help, and a team from Canada is due to arrive in Los Angeles on Monday. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And tonight, authorities are zeroing in on the cause of those devastating wildfires in LA, with the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, or ATF, leading the investigation. The ATF formed a special task force comprised of local, state, and federal investigators. They're interviewing residents and searching for clues about how the Pacific Palisades and Eaton fires started.
This task force is made up of local, state, and federal partners designed to investigate the cause of these fires and to see if there's any connection between them.
Most wildfires in the U.S. are caused by humans, whether accidental or intentional, and authorities are looking into whether electrical equipment may have contributed to the fires. Southern California Edison has filed safety reports related to the incidents. And for continued coverage of the wildfires, you can head over to ABC 10 Plus, the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. We've got live updates and news conferences as they happen there. Download the free ABC 10 Plus app wherever you stream.
Okay, so I just want you all to pay attention because I feel like, these leaders are responsible. Okay, because remember, it was 6 years ago. I think I mistakenly said 6 months ago when I told you all this before, but it was 6 years ago when Donald Trump was sitting there talking to Governor Gavin Newsom. They had a meeting and he was telling them how they should be prepared for these fires, how these fires burn out of control, and they need to be having safety measures put in place so they can get rid, have things to put these fires out quickly, because how in other parts of the country, when they have these occurrences, they don't cause the devastation that they do in California. But obviously, Governor Gavin Newsom didn't listen. Miss Sheila says, you don't get the knowledge and information and news on any other channel. I've paid attention to this. I'm thankful, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Thanks for your insight into the topic and your kind words. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so with that all being said, that's right. Original Copper, American Sun Energy said they never are ready for disasters. Right. I mean, why would they not be when they know these things are regular occurrences? And also, I want to point out something else before I close out. So you see how they forced these smart meters on the people, how they made them to get it. You see, this is what I was talking about when I told you all that Dr. Shiva was saying that they, are burning these places down to get people to be complicit with the carbon tax. I said, they don't care if we're complicit about any sort of tax or anything else they want us to do, because they'll just implement legislation to force us into it. That's what they would do. They would just put in policies and mandate that you have to do it or else. Okay, so they don't have to burn down stuff to make these things happen. They do what they want, when they want, now they want. That's how they do. Okay, it's so disrespectful and such a shame that these people had to get these smart meters, even though the people implementing them, rolling them out, knew that they were problematic. And then the insurance companies don't even have to pay because everything is left up on the homeowners. Okay, make sense. Even though the electric companies are the ones that had them, that owns them. Okay, so with that all being said, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. All right, and just remember, you heard it here first, honey, because I went digging and I went and found the actual court papers. Because I said, you know what? I bet these smart meters have caused a whole bunch of problems before, and that they knew about it and just kept putting them out there. And that's exactly what they did. Okay, that's exactly what they did. Now, as for these other people out here that have everything to do with Hollyweird, well, at the end of the day, that is absolutely the wrath of the Most High as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I know people don't want to hear that, but that's exactly what it is. Please pay attention. All right, Andrew says, great show. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, so everyone, please enjoy the rest of this day. I love you all to life. Enjoy your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. And keep your notifications on. And also, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed, honey, because they is hating on the queen right about now. Okay, because I started back doing these predictions, and that's what got me in trouble last time, like I told you guys. But I'm going to keep giving them. Okay, so enjoy the rest of this day. Remember, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. Now, always remember, beloveds, above all else, keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest house right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got